how they relate to business, and how to make some sense out of our daily chaos. Welcome to the show. And welcome back to another episode of This Business Bites. I'm Ben, and this is Sia. And here's today's question. Are you missing the mark in your social media marketing? Now, social media is its own animal. You know, I'm a comms guy. I believe that everything stems from the brand. Absolutely everything stems from the brand. You know, our story stems from our brand, who we are, what we do, why we do it, how we do it, you know, how people relate to us, how we relate to other people. It's all about brand messaging. However, social media has different sets of rules. How you present yourself on LinkedIn is different from how you do it on TikTok. You know, your X account, your Twitter account, no, is it your X account? I haven't quite figured this one out yet, is different from what you do on Instagram. And everything is, you know, ruled by the rules and the expectations and the people and the style of conversation that happens on those particular mediums. So, yes, it's your brand. But we also have to sit there and say, I need to communicate the message in a way that's relevant on the platform that we're on. And sometimes we need to be able to acquiesce, okay, this is who we are as a brand. This is our, you know, this is our line in the sand. This is who we are. This is the hill we're willing to die on. I get that. But we need to be able to couch that message in ways that is relevant to the audience that we're trying to influence, because if they're not paying attention, we might not as well be there. So, Sia, let's nod this.
Ooh, you're catching a fiery Sia. This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart because full disclosure, I have this battle every day when I work with some of the larger companies where, you know, the marketing department is very concerned and very focused on, is your social media or social media that you're creating, is it on brand with our overall corporate look and feel, etc.
Yes.
And I've had this discussion plenty of times, which is, of course, when you are creating content, and let's be clear, I'm not talking about personal brand. I'm talking as a business entity.
Right.
Although people say business is people, right, Ben?
Absolutely.
But that being said is this, if you are doing social media for a business brand, okay, I get it. There are times when you need whatever content that you're creating for social media to be on brand if you're talking about your company specifically.
Yes.
So this is where there's like that nuance, because I literally had an argument the other day and I'm still itching from it. I'm like twitching. I'm like itching literally, because I'm like, I had to throw down a little bit because marketing argued with me and the team was like, no, you have to have this look and feel for every social media post. I'm like, hell no, that's not, you're missing the mark of what social media actually is in marketing. It is community building. And how do you build communities? To get people to give a damn about what you're building. They don't want to give a damn about your product. They don't want to give a damn about how fast and speeds and feeds your product is. Mm-hmm. They are buying into what your company represents. How does your company and brand make the people feel?
Yes.
Right? You putting up like, oh, our colors are orange and blue, and you got to do orange and blue always. It's like, you don't got to be so on the nose all the time, peeps. Like, you know, you might do subtle. That's fine. But every single time, all orange and blue all day long. I mean, holy crap, on crackers, it's too much. Even me, who's too much, is saying it's too much, you know? So yeah, I'm ranting a little bit because for businesses, if you want to engage on social media, look at it from the perspective of a regular person looking at your brand.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me give a damn about you.
Well, I have been a brand cop for my clients for close to 30 years. Okay. I'm the one who sits there and says, is that your corporate blue? Are you speaking to the right people? Are you speaking to them in the right way? What's your voice? What's your message? How do you want to be perceived in the world? How do you want people to talk about you? And all that's important. However, when you're dealing in social media, it's a matter of taking all of that and making it relevant to the audience that's in front of you. And sometimes, take a look at Google, for example. I mean, every single day, the Google Doodle is different. The logo is
Yes.
presented differently. The image is presented properly. Or what people do during Pride Month, and they take their logo and they pride. I say they're pride washing it, but hey, listen, we'll go that way. That's another argument
That's another
altogether.
topic.
That's a different topic
A big
altogether.
one. Oh.
Let's not even go there. But people sit there and manipulate their logo to be able to be relevant to the audience that they're speaking to at the moment. And I think there has to be some of that, because if people aren't paying attention to you, as I said before, you're relevant. It doesn't matter how good a company you are. It doesn't matter how good your solution is. If people aren't paying attention to you, if people don't care about you, if people don't think that you care about them, they're going to flip over to something else. And they've got 1 million or 10 million or 100 million different options. And they want to sit there and say, how does this experience benefit me? How does this conversation benefit me? How does this move my needle? How does this make me feel like I'm important, needed, valued, and loved? And that's what social media is about. It's about validation. And it's about enabling people to sit there and say, I'm part of the tribe. And that tribe, guess what? It's a little different on LinkedIn than it is on Facebook, than it is on Twitter or X, which is different on Instagram, which is different on TikTok, or Pinterest, or whatever platform you're on. And you need to manipulate your brand in a way that is still you, and people can still recognize it as you, but you're speaking and acting in the way that's relevant to the audience that's on that particular platform, because they're on that platform for a particular reason.
Mm-hmm.
Not to find you. They're there because they're comfortable on that platform. They're comfortable about how things work on that particular platform. And you need to mold into that thing to not be ignored.
Oh man. You're just hearing you is calming me down. You're like putting me into my Zen mode, because it's like, yes. Yes, 100%. Okay. So I'm gonna challenge you and me, okay?
Okay.
You are going to be pro social media. You're going to be all about, guys, it is creativity. It may be, whatever resonates for whatever platform that they're on. I'm going to be the cop. I'm going to be the marketing cop. I'm going to be the
You be the
branding
brand
cops.
cop. Okay.
I'll be
You
the
be the
brand
brand cop.
cops.
It's
Okay,
nice
ready?
that somebody else can be the brand cop every once in a while.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, Ben, that's great. But you know what? We here at Widgets Galore,
Yes.
we've worked very hard. We've paid a lot of money for this branding. Okay. We've already paid this agency to put this together. And the campaign is Widgets Galore is the best. Okay. You guys on the social media team, we are creating the documents for you, and it's your job to put it out there on social media and grow the engagement on there. All
You know
right.
what? I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that your agency has spent a lot of time and effort on this, and we need to get that message out. But we need to get it out. I mean, who are you speaking to on your LinkedIn versus your Facebook versus your Instagram page? Are they the same audience?
No.
Are
But
they? Are
yeah, of course they are, Ben. Yes, they are.
Are they? How do you know that?
Because
How do you? First of all, how do you know that they're the same audience? And are those people coming to those particular platforms to hear about your value statement, or are they coming to be able to sit there and say, I'm on this platform, I'm inviting Widgets Galore into my feed, I want to sit there and say, how are they relevant to me?
I want to be entertained, damn it. No. See, damn it, I can't even stay in character. Shoot. Okay, wait, hold on. But Ben, this is hard.
But it's not. But here's the thing, and I'm going to flip back to the brand cop. It's not about being entertained. It's about sitting there being relevant.
to the specific audience.
It's
So some
about being
platforms
it's
is
about
entertainment.
being relevant to the audience that you're in front of at the moment. Here's a perfect example, and let's take it off social media. Okay. I've given the same keynote address around the world 100 different times. Okay. It's the same keynote address. It's got the same, stories. It's got the same analogies. It's got the same purpose. I've maybe told the same speech exactly the same way 3 times,
Three, oh damn. If you did three
maybe
times,
three
that's even
times.
good. Yeah.
If 103%, and I'm being generous because I'm speaking to different audiences. I'm speaking to different size audiences. Sometimes I'm speaking to lawyers. Sometimes I'm speaking to accountants. Sometimes I'm speaking to salespeople. Sometimes I'm speaking to operations people. And sometimes I'm speaking to a more ubiquitous audience. And with that, you need to understand who are the people in the audience and what do they care about and what are they trying to achieve in the end goal. What's important to them? How can I give them something that at the end of the day, they can walk out and say, I can use this. And if the analogies and the stories and the reference points and the cadence and the amount of information or lack of information is not dovetailed to the audience in front of you, you're going to lay flat. If you try to give the same speech all the time to different audiences, it's going to resonate with 3 to 5% of people. Now, if 3 to 5% of people is what you expect your market share to be, and that's what you think that 98% of people that you try to talk to are going to ignore you, and you're okay because 3% of the people are going to make you millions and billions of dollars, that's a different story altogether. That's direct mail. That's email marketing. That's direct mail. That's sitting there going, it's the law of big numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But social media is more about sitting there going, okay, this is about thought leadership. This is about ideation. This is about know, like, and trust. And we're trying to pull them over to our website where we can give them all the brand information that they need. The social media is to get them aware of who you are and why they should care about you in any way, shape, or form. You're not selling anybody anything on social media, nor should you be.
Exactly. So you just remind me of a saying that I was crafting in my head, and I've now since forgotten. Now that I'm going to mention it to you, but the thing about social media is social media's job is to get people to want to look for you, to hear about you, not necessarily learn more about you, to hear from you that
Yes.
will resonate with them. Typically, it's based on an emotional reaction, which is usually set most popularly in humor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or something that's memorable, that's like heartstrings, like Dove. We like to quote Dove a
We
lot.
love Dove. Yes.
Like their social media shorts and all that, and the wonderful ad campaigns that they do is great. But
Yes.
on the social media side of it, now that you've got people, give them something to talk about,
Right.
right? Give them something to rally around. And I think with brands in general, with the marketing traditional side of the houses, they've got a job which is very important, which is like establishing that brand look
Yes.
and feel, right? When I think of Dove, I think of that white bar of soap. It's pure. Their Dove is like soft colors. It's white, a lot of white, right? A lot of
A lot of white.
cleanliness, a lot of purity, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I think, and I'm saying this to all the business owners that are looking to grow, and they, are have a marketing team and etc. Understand everyone's got a lane. It's not necessarily one has to dominate one over the other. It's almost like two lanes at this point, because again, social media is about having a community rally around you.
Yes.
Marketing in the
And
traditional sense,
driving them towards other places where you can market to them
right?
on a brand basis.
And yes, of course, ideally it's to go to the web page or go to wherever the consumer purchases whatever your goods and services, obviously Amazon or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But that's not always the it's not the stated objective of social media. Okay, the stated social media is to, again, build a community for people to engage and have something to talk about on your behalf without you having to do it. Granted, the intangible ultimate we don't talk about goal is go to my website, go to my website, go to website. But you cannot on every social media post have your fracking website at the bottom.
No.
Does that make sense?
But
Because
but
I
here's the
actually had
thing.
many arguments
In
on
your
this.
social media feed on your and we're gonna leave it here because I think we could do a part 2 of this quite easily.
Oof, yes, please.
In every your company page is branded.
Yes.
The place where you are commenting, the place where you are building that tribe, the place where you are creating that feeling, that emotional tie, that brand trust, that knowledge is a branded location where people can sit there and say, that's Dove, that's Ben, that's CEO, whoever this is. Here's a web link where I can go to find out more information. That's where you brand social media. You brand the social media at the page level. The post level is all about content. It's all about emotion. It's all about thought leadership. It's all about building trust. And that's where companies need to sit there and understand the dichotomy of how social media works and why it works and how it works. So let's leave it there, unless you've got a 30-second brilliant idea to finish this thing off with, because I think we need to go with that.
I know we're long. Just one last shout out. Hey, Digital Fight Club guys, I just happen to be wearing your shirt. Make that a topic for your next marketing fight, guys. I see you, Mike. I see you, Logan. Okay, that's it.
All right. Let's leave it there. I'm Ben.
And I'm Sia.
And we'll see you soon.
Hey. Thanks for listening to another episode of Not On This, Business Bites. If you liked what you heard, we most humbly ask that you like, share, and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to communicate more effectively within your organization, contact Ben at yourbrandmarketing.com or me at brilliantbeammedia.com. We can help you build your community, brand awareness, and personality through digital content and podcasting. We cannot wait to hear from you. So see you next week for another episode of Not On This, Business Bites.